Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Hello. Well, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to a new edition of Lunch with the Shark. Sorry, I'm fixing here my camera. I am your host, Vidal, the Shark CFO Espinosa, and it's great seeing you today. What a day has it been for the United States of North America. I actually had to say something. I'm 100% against violence. I'm pretty sure everybody is. I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't want to make assumptions, right? But what a circus. What a circus has the United States of America has put up for the rest of the world. In general, from both sides. Both sides are to blame. We as me, well, at least me as a US citizen, I'm to blame as well because I have allowed it. And people are going to say, well, but it's not on you. Well, it is on me. It's on everybody. It's on everybody. And we have allowed it so far that we believe everything they feed us. We believe everything is said. We believe everything we see, regardless of where it's coming from, regardless of whether we validate the information or not, regardless of whatever it is. We believe everything that is fed to us. And we accept it as valid. We accept it as the truth without further investigation, without further due diligence. That's what it is. We have accepted it. It was funny because here at our house, I was actually saying that. And somebody else in a messaging system, he said, "Hey, what about what's going on in Washington?" I said, "Well, it's a media circus. It's part of the circus. It's something that it's a lot of people are going to say, oh, this is on one side. This is something, in my belief, that it has been planned for a long time. This is something that it's been in the works for a long time, and this is something that I'm pretty sure it's agreed on both sides. One of the most powerful countries in the world having this happen in their capital, it's unheard of. So this is something that has been in the works for a while. Just think about that. Just think about what's going on. So don't be surprised. And as I was saying, I told somebody, this is better than Bravo live TV at its best. They have you glued to the TV watching whatever it's happening in Washington, D.C., in the Capitol. And we are all talking about it. Social media, it's blowing up with saddest day of the United States of America. No, it's not the saddest day in the United States of America. It's sad, but it's not the saddest day. That it's affecting our democracy. Our democracy has been affected for a while. There's a strategy behind what's going on. There's a reason why things are going the way they're going. We just don't get it. We're just not informed. The government is no longer working for us. We're actually working for the government. Am I right? It's sad, but I don't think it's the saddest day in history of the United States of North America. It's sad that both sides are to blame. Everybody is to blame for this. Oh, no, I did my part and I went out and voted. That's just one step into this whole mess. Everybody is out for themselves. Everybody is out for their own job. Don't you see that? Don't you see that every time they get elected, they completely forget about their constituents. But when they want to get reelected, they shake your hand. They answer your calls. They respond to your letters, your emails. They, even if they see you in the streets, they actually go and say hi to you. They just want your validation and approval to their good job so they can continue in their job. It's their job, right? And they don't want to make decisions. I was talking to somebody else this morning. You probably think that I talk a lot, but I do. I do have a lot of little meetings here and there during the morning with all our clients and friends. And the same way I'm here, I'm with them. I was telling them, hey, dude, in your company, I've never seen a company with so much bureaucracy and centralization like yours. You need to ask somebody else permission to move your left hand before you move your right hand. But before you move your left hand, you ask permission, and then you ask permission to move your right hand. But you do this because if something goes wrong as you move your right hand or left hand, then you have somebody else to blame for that, not you. Therefore, the company does not move forward. Therefore, your company is flatlining. Therefore, you're dying. And we said it yesterday. At least move backwards or forward, but move. And somebody's listening to me out there, and we just had this conversation, and I'm pretty sure she's shaking her head. Hernan, subdued, every time it's planned. They have a strategy. The only thing is that people don't see it because they're fed something else and they immediately believe this shit. There's a strategy behind what's going on. The government does not do anything without a strategy behind it. They have a goal, and they don't inform us because most of the time it goes against the constituents. And since they want to be okay with everybody, there's other people that have to take the blame for, and they vote against, and they vote in favor, but it's a balance. That's what people don't see sometimes. But that's why the media is there for, to feed us the shit that they want us to see. You need to see beyond whatever they want to see. They want us to see. You need to analyze all the time that. You need to read between the lines. I'm reading these books right now. Just got them, but read between the lines. I saw something online right now on my Facebook, and somebody was asking about where in the Bible it says that today, January the 6th, it's Day of the Three Wise Kings, Day of the Epiphany. And they were making a lot of comments about it, and you need to keep in mind that it's all based on faith. And as we said, everything's a strategy. There's always a strategy behind it. And this week, we've been talking about strategic planning for you and your business. How do I implement my strategic plan? Regardless of the size of your company, the role of the CEO, your role as the CEO, whether you're a solopreneur, you're self-employed, you are the CEO. It's essentially the same. You need to set the vision for the company and ensure that the vision is executed. The first part tends to be a lot easier than the second. Trust me. execution and implementation of whatever it is, vision, mission, systems, programs, procedures, it's completely different than creating it. Anyone in a company leadership role can declare what they're like to see and dream big. But the execution, it's the hardest part. And I'm going to go back to the same conversation I had this morning with this friend of mine. And she was telling me, that's my biggest dream. And I said, well, it's ending in a dream. What are you doing to achieve your dream? Are you setting goals? Are you creating a blueprint? Are you following that recipe to achieve your dream? If you're telling me that that's the biggest dream you have, it's not true. It's a lie. You're just feeding yourself a freaking shit lie. Because if it was truly your biggest dream, you would have achieved it by now. But by not having achieved it yet, it is not your biggest dream. Oh, my biggest dream is to have a mansion. Define mansion. Set it in your vision board. How many rooms, how many bedrooms, how many living rooms, how many kitchens? What's the ideal mansion for you? Visualize it. But then, how are you going to execute it? That's the hardest part. Particularly if you're the CEO, figuring out exactly how to execute a strategy can be among the most challenging parts of your job. However, there are ways to ensure that once you have a winning plan in place, it actually comes to term. Here's how to make it happen. The first and foremost is communicate and align. Oh, this brings me back memories of earlier this morning in a conversation with Jeff and I. Communication and align. As the CEO of our company, the CEOs need to begin with clearly communicating their objectives. Clearly communicating their objectives, which should be driven by the company's values and vision. Having clear goals with a comprehensive list of business objectives creates guidelines that become the foundation of business planning and growth. In this comment, I gave you 3 or 4 nuggets, 3 or 4 action plans, doable things that you need to create so you can start your business plan. The company values and visions, they have clear goals with a comprehensive list of business objectives that creates guidelines. That's the foundation. And every employee that works in your company should align with the company objectives and the CEO's vision of the company. If you are the CEO to a small, medium, large, multinational company, and there's shareholders, the vision that you have must be the vision of the shareholders in alignment with yours. Having conversations with leadership and management about how employees' work translate into the company's goal. Never assume that the employees or your team members know your vision. Number 2, drive accountability. Holy shit. Do they know what they need to achieve? And if not, what happens if they don't achieve it? I said it earlier. No one in the other company that I was talking to wants to make their own decisions because they're so afraid of accountability. They want to blame somebody else, not them, if they do something wrong. They want to point the finger to, oh, no, he told me to do it, so it's not my fault that we lost $1,000. Don't be chicken, like in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Don't be chicken. Make your own decisions. Be accountable for your own actions. The CEO should be responsible for showing how the day-to-day work for each employee impacts the success of the company. Metrics. That sharing of goals of the CEO level should inspire employees to share their goals and work with each other. My dad used to say, you need to know how to do it so you can ask somebody else to do it. When I was young, I got to clean bathrooms at my dad's businesses. I got to sweep and mop. But before I can tell somebody else how to do it, I was held accountable if those tasks were not done properly. Right? I'm not like the senator in Mexico that, oh, my dad woke me up early in the morning on Saturdays or Sundays after going out partying to go and play golf. If not, I did not get my allowance. That didn't happen to me. I was woken up to go and help my dad clean bathrooms, sweep floors, and mop floors, and to be taught how to run a business, how to be successful. But I was held accountable. Number 3, create focus. Focus. How can I explain this? And I've said it multiple times. The number of goals a CEO attempts to set and achieve should not be hundreds or thousands. If you set a lot of goals to achieve, they are going to be less likely achieved. And I said it yesterday. A very clear example. And another conversation that I had yesterday morning. Dude, focus on what you excel. Focus on what you are a shark and do it. Stop looking for the let me make fast money. Let's become rich fast. There's no such thing as that. Oh, let me buy that program online that it's being sold for $99, that it's telling me that I'm going to achieve 6 figures. Let me tell you one thing. If they were achieving 6 figures, they would be implementing them themselves, and they will be making more than 6 figures. Right? There's no formula other than work. Focus. Set a goal. Do a blueprint. Follow the recipe. And if you buy that program, accept it as it is. Don't try to change whatever is in the program or in the formula, because if you bought it, it's because you believe in it. And if you change something in that formula, then you are prone to failure. So just follow the formula that they are providing you. Focus. Focus. Don't pick and choose whatever suits you to benefit you. If you buy a franchise, are you going to change their formula? Oh, let me buy a KFC franchise, but you know what? I think that the chicken is too oily, so I am going to not fry it. Guess what? KFC Corporation will immediately come and take your franchise away because you're not following the formula. You bought the KFC franchise for a reason, right? Employees need clear and aligned goals so that they can track their own progress and see how their work contributes to the rest of the company so they can be focused. Structure performance conversations through the entire company should be normal. This is one of the most important things that a CEO must do as a leader. Number 4, be action oriented. A common weakness in executing organizational, department, and personal goals, it's not to take daily action to reach the desired goal. Listen, as the CEO of your own company and as the CEO of my own companies, I'm a doer. I do it. I do everything day to day, what it's in my plate. I must delegate. We're looking for an assistant right now. You must delegate. But you also must be a doer. You cannot just, hey, do this, hey, do that, hey, do this, hey, do that, do this, I need this, I need that. It's very common in the Mexican culture that, my assistant, bring me my coffee. No, not in me. I go and get my own coffee. Even when I'm in the Mexican office. Oh no, licenciado, I'll get you the coffees. No. I'm pretty sure you have better things to do that will generate revenue for myself than to serve me coffee. I can sure walk out to a Starbucks and get my own coffee. I can sure walk into the cafeteria here in my office and pour my own coffee. Licenciado, how do you want your coffee? With cream, milk, sugar, blah, blah, blah. No, I'll get it. Go do your job. And track progress. Number 5, regular meetings about tasks should be held with each team to talk about their. That way, everyone will understand how their contribution to the whole company plays out when meetings take place. And there will be clear line of communication to answer questions and get everybody on track. Dude, just keep meetings with an objective, with an agenda, set topics to discuss, and that's it. Meetings, a weekly meeting to measure, to review your measurements as to how's your gross revenue, how's your revenue, client, blah, 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 blah. Bullet points. Give me the data that it's going to make me make decisions. If you don't know what it is, we are going to learn through the process of each meeting, and I'm going to be feeding you questions that should be answered on a weekly basis. It's going to get to a point where it might not be necessary for the CEO to be on every single weekly meeting, as he gets all those vital data information, KPIs, on a weekly basis on his email. What is it that you want to know from your company? Whatever is measured grows. Wow. Are you measuring? Are you keeping track of your sales? Are you keeping track of your costs? Are you keeping track of your employee rotation? Are you keeping track of production? Client satisfaction? Are you keeping track of anything? Are you measuring? Are you informing your team of that? Hey, clients are not happy because of this and this and that. Let's brainstorm. Track progress. Whether you're the CEO or just heading up a department with a few people or a few team members, you'll ultimately be judged on the results you deliver. Yes, you will. Well, the idea of tackling the implementation of a major strategic plan can be daunting, getting yourself prepared with the steps that we just discussed will go a long way towards the success of achieving the implementation of a strategic plan. Remember, everything is a recipe. Don't try to modify the recipe from the get-go. Implement the recipe as it is. And as you become an expert in that, tweak it. Tweak it. There's a reason why in cooking, there's mother sauces. Every sauce in the world, in kitchen, in culinary, starts with one of those mother sauces. Okay? So same in business. Don't try to discover something new. Implement whatever it is because it's relevant. It's relevant. It's been great seeing you today. We're going to end up today's show with a quote from Sir Richard Branson, CEO of Virgin Group, and he said, "Business opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming." There's always another business opportunity coming your way. Keep your eyes open though. It's been great seeing you today. Bon appetit. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.